New at 10 tonight, a customer was handed a diamond ring that he seemed interested in buying, then a counter move that a salesperson didn't quite expect. And it happened at a South Florida mall. As Kevin Ozebek reports tonight, this crime was caught on camera.
It's a little after 6 p.m. on Tuesday, March 11th. This man walks into CR Jewelers and tells the saleswoman he wants to see some diamond rings. He points to one he likes, and she pulls it out from under the counter. But the man just is not impressed, so his search for big, bold bling continues. He points to a few more and even holds the rings, yet he's just not finding the perfect one. A few minutes later, he singles out another ring. Again, the saleswoman pulls it out and lets him inspect it. He finally finds the one he wants, a 2.95 carat white gold diamond ring that comes with a $31,500 price tag. But he is not a paying customer. With the ring in hand, he makes a mad dash out of the store. The saleswoman tries to stop him, but he's out of her reach. Another customer tries to grab him, but he gets away. He ran out of Sawgrass Mills Mall and sped away with the ritzy ring.
Kevin Ozebek reporting for us there. If you have any information about the thief's whereabouts in this case, you're urged to call Crime Stoppers. The number to dial is there on your screen. It's 954-493-TIPS. There is, by the way, a $1,000 reward up for grabs.
Taking you across America right now, it's a tradition older than the city itself. New York's annual St. Patrick's Day Parade drew more than 2,000 revelers today, but for the first time in more than 2 decades, it didn't include the mayor. Mayor de Blasio boycotted this year's parade because organizers would not allow same-sex groups to openly participate. 3 of the country's biggest beer companies also withdrew their sponsorship of this year's St. Patrick's Day parades over the issue. Lauren Scott, the famous fashion designer who was Mick Jagger's girlfriend, was found dead today of a possible suicide. Police say she was found by her assistant hanging in her Manhattan apartment this morning. The official said there was no note or no signs of foul play. A spokesman for Mick Jagger said the singer was, quote, completely shocked and devastated. The Utah-born designer had her own fashion label popular with celebrities. Scott was 47 years old. A driver saved from rushing water in Washington State. Another driver saw the stranded man and called for help. Crews were able to get to the driver, whose car was about 100 feet from shore. The rescue took about an hour. He was treated for hypothermia. No word yet on how he ended up in the river in the first place.
Ginger, thank you. Coming up, more problems for a troubled
earthquake.
Yep,
we're having an earthquake.
That was definitely an earthquake. 2 TV anchors in Los Angeles were left shaken during a live broadcast when, as you saw, an earthquake struck in the middle of their show. They ducked under the desk when the quake hit. Once it was all over, they continued with the newscast. The U.S. Geological Survey says the 4.4 magnitude earthquake was centered about 15 miles northwest of downtown Los Angeles.
Covering more Florida tonight now, Delta is investigating right now a piece of a plane's wing that broke off during a flight from Orlando to Atlanta. Crews say a panel on the left wing detached from the plane. It did not affect the aircraft's ability to fly or land, but the plane's pilots did declare an in-flight emergency, which gave the plane priority clearance to get back on the ground. Luckily, no one was hurt.
The mother accused of driving a minivan into the ocean with her children inside was back in court today asking for a reduced bond. Attorneys revealed that Ebony Wilkerson has been hospitalized under the Baker Act twice since she was arrested. One of those times she hit herself in the stomach. She's 7 months pregnant. Her public defender argued she should stay in the hospital because of her mental state and her high-risk pregnancy. A ruling should be made on her bond next week.
In Flagler County now, a man is behind bars after going on a shooting and a stabbing spree dressed like Rambo. It happened late Saturday in Palm Harbor. This is just north of Daytona Beach. 2 men are now credited with risking their lives to stop this man in his rampage. They wound up with stitches and bandages. The attacker has since been charged with aggravated assault and aggravated battery too. He is still behind bars in the Flagler County Jail. Witnesses say the man was drunk.
New at 10, ripped off and robbed on the way to church. A South Florida woman is saved by Good Samaritans who would not let the thief get too far. Fox's Jennifer Bersham reports.
Don't get up, turn over.
Police say a purse snatcher picked on the wrong woman at the wrong time. In Creole, 71-year-old Mercelia Terrazin says she was on her way to church Sunday morning when a man walking behind her pushed her to the ground, grabbed her purse, and took her money and Bible that was inside. She shows her bruised knee.
How are you doing?
Yes, ma'am.
Not so well, man. I'm going through some things.
But her robber, who police say is 21-year-old William Shuford, seen here in Bond Court Monday morning, would not get very far.
You got everything in the pocket?
You don't have everything.
I'm looking at your pocket. I'm saying I don't have all her stuff. You don't. I threw it in the backyard.
We saw the lady screaming, and then we saw the guy running with a purse.
Fernando Lopez would follow Shuford, and with the help of a few other good people in the neighborhood, hold him down near Northeast 82nd Street and 2nd Avenue in Miami until cops arrived.
So I'm running behind the guy, and I'm following the guy for like 2 or 3 blocks, and I catch the guy behind this car.
Good work, everybody.
If I let the guy go, probably the cop never catch the guy.
Finn Gomez, who watched it all unfold, captured the takedown with his cell phone.
It was just really great to see like these good Samaritans coming out of nowhere, people who were complete strangers coming together to help do some good.
A happy ending with hands clapping as a crook is caught and cuffed, and a church-going woman's belongings are back in her hands.
That was Jennifer Bisham reporting. Fortunately, the woman was not seriously injured. On to at 10, it was a wild ride for a group of thrill seekers in Lee County who got more than they bargained for on a carnival ride. According to the company that operates the ride, heavy winds caused a gate to be pushed into the Rage in the Cage ride. Part of the gate flew off and smashed the windshield of a parked van.
I was just thinking that a piece would hit something and fly into the top of the ride, and with that thing spinning around, it would be like putting a rock in a dryer and boom, 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 hitting the passengers.
Last year at the same festival, there was an incident with the Ring of Fire where 5 children were injured. Now the Rage in the Cage is back up and running.
Right now, crews are trying to figure out what sparked yesterday's Martin County brush fire. They're calling the blaze suspicious, but so far they have not found a cause. The good news, firefighters say, there's only a very low chance of this blaze flaring up again, and that is all because those fire lines seem to be holding tonight. The flames, as you remember here, came dangerously close to homes near Salerno Road and Canner Highway last night.
Happening right now at 10, snow across parts of the Northeast. This is just the latest in a stubborn winter pattern that won't go away. St. Patrick's Day green was overshadowed by a lot of white in New Jersey. The heaviest snow was reported in the southern part of the state. The storm even affected flights all the way down here in South Florida. Folks up north keeping in mind that the first day of spring is just 3 days away. It can't come soon enough, right?
Oh. It's pretty unbelievable.
It is. It's a mess up there.
St. Patty's Day down South Florida style, meanwhile. We got palm trees and
not too bad. The weekend was amazing.
Yes, it was.
Beautiful.
Yeah, we're looking at some showers overnight, and I think we could get some boomers coming in around 5 to 7 a.m. So the morning commute could get a little tricky here. This whole thing kind of slowed down as it moved down into South Florida, but the rain is coming. It's been raining tonight in a few spots, but not really too bad. There's a look at the radar, and you can see showers and storms still going on, but most of the activities from Tampa down in and around Orlando, down in and around Fort Myers and Naples, and not much going on here. We had some earlier shower, little rain pockets. Most of those were on the Treasure Coast, a little bit less in Palm Beach County, but it is still very warm and humid. The tornado watch has now been canceled for the Treasure Coast, but that doesn't mean that we couldn't see a strong storm pop up through the late overnight hours. And I think we will hear a rumble of thunder in quite a few spots overnight. Now here's the timing on our Vipercast model. It really quiets things down after midnight through about 3 and 4 a.m. and sets up a real nice line of thunderstorms all the way from Vero Beach. That's 6 in the morning, cutting across the lake. And then as we get into the early and mid-morning, starting to clear out. In fact, it gets sunny very quickly on Tuesday morning. The afternoon looks great. I'll have your complete forecast through the weekend, into the weekend too, coming up.
Still ahead at 10.
Coming up, a possible answer to a budget problem in Stewart, how it could impact firefighters. I'm Elizabeth Harrington. I'll have a live report.
While the owner is away, the dog will play. Hilarious footage captures a young dog's antics when its owner leaves the house.
And they say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. Well, say the little coach who's ready for tournament time.